Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back. So Yo Gotti refused to release Blac Youngsta, and he refused to tell on him. Because if he tells on him, then that means he already knew what was happening. He don't want to make it seem like he knew anything going on, because then that's going to wrap him up on what they looking for. And so he trying to make sure he protects CMG, protect himself and all of that, because it's already a lot of connections from the Dolph situation. You already know the Bentley, the restaurants, this, that, and the third. He don't want to get tied up in any of that stuff. And so now he's getting a lot of pressure coming from Jay-Z, coming from other people that he's talking to. And people is wondering, is he going to keep Blac Youngsta on there? Is he going to drop him or let him go? And so that's a big decision that's being getting ready to make, because you already see the issues going on with other people in the camp, man. The Glorilla incident just happened at the concert. Condolences to everybody that's affected by that. But what you got to understand is that not only is the people, but even the whole folks that they bring in into the crowd and everything, the crowd get too hype. Whatever the energy they putting out is what they getting back. So everything happening at these CMG shows, everything happening to the people at the camp, whether it's Blac Youngsta, Moneybagg Yo, Glorilla, and even for a small time, Finesse 2 Times. All that is happening because it's karma related to it. From maybe what Yo Gotti did, maybe certain beefs from the past. It could be from the Young Dolph. You know, that baby mama incident was a bunch of beef that should have never happened anyways. And so what you got to understand is that people in Dolph land, they already know what it's all about, and that they realize, and you all seen, everything always seems to happen at one of these CMG shows, parties, or whatever, somehow tied to it. And a lot of people is thinking that it's probably bad karma, bad juju, something that's coming back to haunt them that they could have did in the past, or if they was in the wrong on something, is really showing signs of, you know, they need to watch out, or that they need to, you know, make sure that they balancing the good that they doing and everything like that. Like, they ain't went to the Dolph Museum or anything like that. And I'm not even sure if people is going to want them to come to the Dolph Museum. That's going to be like an awkward situation if they end up walking up there and everybody that's there looking already knows that you guys are the ones that actually hated on Dolph and potentially like knew about the situation or whatever like that. And the thing is that, you know, when Jay-Z was was with Gotti and they was talking about everything like that, they could have had a conversation that would have went like this. He was like, Gotti, you got to get, you know, I know you're trying to show out for your buddy Blac Youngsta. I know you're trying to show him love, you know, make sure he eats and everything like that. But he got to go, because a lot of the stuff that he connected and involved in keep coming back on them. And if it comes onto CMG and Yo Gotti, then it could eventually come up onto Jay-Z. You don't know if they already looking at something like that. Most of the time, the feds do things in silence. And so if they already looking and seeing what's going on, then it's happening in the shadows already. So what he was telling them, what he could have been telling them, is to basically go ahead and let him go, because of the fact that they're gonna get everybody wrapped up in the whole Dolph case or anything like that from whatever Big Jook might have told. And that's already a tough situation. So he already got to watch out for Big Jook, because he's already talking to the people. And so that's maybe what they was explaining. And you know, with Jay-Z, he would want to make sure that he's protected from everything too. So they could have had a convo that went like that. And Yo Gotti would have had to sit there and really think about it and be like, man, does he have to let Blac Youngsta go, because he's already in his hiding spot? He's already moving around to where he's not doing a lot of shows no more. That's why they going heavy with Glorilla shows and going heavy with the Moneybagg Yo. They putting a lot of the money into those people and everything, because they trying to make this as much as they can. If they have to go to the whole Dolph trial or anything like that, they might be called up to the whole thing because of the other involvements from the baby mama beef and the other involvements from Blac Youngsta running up with the whole 100-shot situation, the things that happened in LA. It's already things that they're going to want to ask him questions about and bring him up to, because you seen what happened with the whole Drake having to go in for the Triple X thing, and the fact that it was just because of they wanted to ask the questions, they made him go and show up to that. So they could make Yo Gotti and Jay-Z and Blac Youngsta, Moneybagg Yo, all of them show up to the Dolph trial to answer questions on what was that Bentley all about? Who was in it? Was you driving? Who was really the driver? And who was all in it and everything like that? And so they're going to want to know, because it can't, if there's some type of way that a connection could be made, they're going to want to look into it. They're going to want to turn over every rock and try to figure out, because that's what it is. If they're going to have to get justice for Dolph, is that they're going to have to look at any possible avenues of whatever it was, any type of things, issues that he had with anybody. They always look into that for people when anything end up happening to them, because that's how the first 48, they go and look at, okay, what they did. But if they can't find nothing after that, then they probably gonna look at, oh, did these people have issues with somebody? Who was the last 10 people that they had problems with? And then they gonna start from there. And that's just like from, you already know that they're going to do that. You see that happen all the time with so many different people that this has happened to. And it's just another one of those situations where all the street beef, the whole rap beef, baby mama beef, and everything just got all intertwined into one thing that, could have had this situation be a downfall for a man. So from all of that, it's a lot of people in Dolph land in Memphis that's still trying to get a lot of the justice for Dolph. And so that's why, they want everybody that was actually involved in anything to do with the Dolph. They want to make sure that they get the right people and everything like that, because folks is already thinking that the ones that they got right now was just the fall guys, right? That happens all the time. You know how many times you see the people take a hit for somebody, you see somebody, take a charge for someone or whatever, or they're the guys that they end up blaming and whatnot. They always send the palm pieces and the little guys and the crash test dummies to go do this or get in trouble for this or that, right? Because the straight drop already had a track record of being able to finesse in that. And they didn't even know how this man was out in the first place to be able to do something like this and get caught up for it again. And so since they already had fall guys in place, people are thinking that, hey, those could just be the fall guys. So y'all still got to find the ringleaders and the masterminds of the whole plot and plan. And you know what I mean? And it also made people feel a little uncomfortable with the fact that they all went and protected Yo Gotti's mom restaurant. Like they already knew it was something between them. And, as if they had already planned, hey, if anything happened to Dolph, we have to respond to Yo Gotti's mom restaurant because it could be retaliation or whatever. So you already know that in order for them to do that so quick right away, they actually already had to have a plan in place, knowing the fact that there could have been an issue that happened between Dolph and Yo Gotti, and they already had a plan on which way they was going to react, whatever way it went down. And so that's the thing about it, is that it was already just like a situation where, Dolph coming back to his city and everything like that. But what y'all got to realize is that these folks and everything, Dolph had a lot of people that was jealous about him, and he was making hundreds of millions and everything like that, doing it on his own and everything. So people was hating on that, people that wanted to have control, whatever the situation is. And so that's the thing that you got to watch out for in the world, is that not everybody gonna be nice, so they could have a smiley face, but everybody got an ulterior motive. People got want to do their own finesse on everybody. So that's the thing you got to watch out for. That's why Dolph tried to keep to himself, but he wasn't letting them bother what he was doing, and he kept it moving and everything like that. So he ignored him and just kept it moving. And so until, this thing ended up happening, then now you see the downfall of the situation, how everybody's getting caught up for this. And how Big Jook, him going out and getting questioned and getting interrogated and whatever he told, is going to have a big impact on everything, because they already got somebody that's close to Yo Gotti in this situation. So if they already looking into Yo Gotti's brother, then they definitely looking into Yo Gotti, Blac Youngsta, Moneybagg Yo, and anybody that they think could have been involved with the whole Dolph situation, because they are close to the people that he was talking to amongst the having issues with, right? They part of the beef. And so they already know that. The whole city of Memphis already knew this. And that's why they're looking at it, and they finding these things out about, oh snap, why is Shondell best friends with Blac Youngsta? And he was the one who was the getaway driver that got caught with a straight drop. And then things that get, as they keep digging deep and things keep finding out about, then they start to connect the dots. And then now it's like years later or 2 years later, whenever this trial comes about, they might have all of them have to show up and talk just like how Drake did, and they're gonna figure out who was really gonna be the one that could have been a part of it and who wasn't. So at the end of the day, y'all gotta just subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, let me know where y'all from, who you a fan of, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.